Wow.
That's great from Bonner because I was wondering what is happening. Bonner Boy performed two, Rema performed two, then Thames all from nowhere came to perform five.
Nowhere, qua.
I don't
You
understand.
Bite
mean
your
coming
tongue.
off winning
Exactly.
a Grammy?
Bite your
That's where she
tongue.
came from.
And those are the things that women get when you get to a particular level. Please, why are you two looking at me like that?
We are shocked.
Well, I'm very shocked. Maybe we should switch off his microphone. And
I
send
think
him
so.
out.
Afolabi, I'm turning off your mic.
But obviously, I have to celebrate Thames. She's a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian. Doing great things for Nigerians and selling Nigerians the right way because we're tired of hearing bad things about Nigerians, outside the shows of this world. And for Thames, Rema, and Burna Boy to do not just winning the Grammy, also doing the halftime show for the NBA, it shows that yes, Nigerians are really doing great things. And also another performance that actually caught my attention was Rema. Rema, he didn't do the regular DJ playing CD. We're tired of having that kind of live event in Nigeria.
Track two.
Yes, DJ track 3.
Does anybody do that these days? Nobody does that anymore. It's live now.
Everything has changed. You don't want to perform with superstars who are outside the country, who knows their onions when it comes to musical instruments. They prefer. I've never seen a Jay-Z or Beyonce performing and DJ is playing. No, it has to be live band.
We used to have a lot of miming back in
up
the day.
if you want to step up to that level,
do.
you have to learn how to perform with live band. Look at how Burna Boy came out. I was like, oh, this is Burna giving me the African vibe. I was like, this is what I like. But when it comes to live performances, for me, I'm speaking for myself. After Two-Face, I give it to Burna Boy.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just so happy for Thames. It just feels like she's going higher and higher and higher. And it's also almost worrying because when you start off with such heat and fire, there's a lot of pressure to maintain it.
Well, I think she can because she's not west behind the ear. She's not a newbie in the industry. She's just a newbie for the international audience.
Okay.
They are just knowing her, but we've known Thames for a very long time. Thames has been here. So I think she'll be able to handle it. I know. I think she's already handling it. I can see that she has a good team. She has built a good team around her that is protecting her, putting her out there, pushing her, making sure that she's constantly in the hearts and minds of people, so that she can go higher and do bigger and better things. So I feel I have a lot of confidence she'll be able to maintain it.
In my own perspective, I think she's going to be staying here for a very long time and she's going to be able to handle it. Because she's not the type of artist who drops singles every 2 months or every 3 months. She allows you to digest the songs she drops. So unlike other artists, by the time you drop one song, after 1 month or 2 months, they drop another
and then
one.
You now have questionable quality of music.
Exactly.
As well.
So look at how she performed the first song, Try Me. And I was like, oh, okay. This is great. And when did she release Try Me? It was, I think, last year. And I was like...
No, it wasn't last year. No. It's a much older song, before the pandemic. That's when I was like,
if you can still perform Try Me at the stage and people still vibe to that song, then it shows that, yes, it's a good song. It's a quality song. I was telling somebody yesterday that if I play... I'm not throwing shots. I'm not throwing shades. I'm just asking, if I play I the video for you today, would you dance to it?
I love that song, so I would.
No, that's you.
No, not just
but that's her as well.
Every
Okay, you're listening, so tell us if you know the IA song from the video. That song was from 2014, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you still be grooving to that song?
So
Jumoke and I have our hands up.
Yes,
though.
so hands, legs, toes, everything.
It now boils down to the fact that if you can still perform that song in 2023, I'm talking about Try Me, then it shows that yes, that's a song that can go beyond.
I want to ask something though. Thames is the artist that got arrested in Uganda with Omale, right?
Yes.
So I didn't know about Thames or Omale until that time.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I listened to her songs and there was this one that just kept playing over and over in my head, Mr. Rebel.
I was going to say that.
Yes. So I'm thinking, do you think that street cred might have helped her a little bit?
No, I think it was her getting together with Wizkid that actually did help. It's opened up her audience, opened up her listenership,
Yes.
made people notice that okay, because Wizkid was already up there thanks to the rooms that people like Naomi Campbell introduced him to, that took him to that level that he was at. So he was able to bring her up. So it's
Okay.
because
And
of,
don't
I
forget
feel
the
it's
drama
because of that
happened on
song.
stage too. Don't forget the drama that
Which one
happened.
of
on
them?
stage.
Remind me.
When Wizkid wanted to dance with Thames, you know Wizkid how funny it can be. Then Thames
And
was
Thames like, nah.
oh, no,
Stay where I can see
I don't
you."
swing that way. So it was everywhere. It was everywhere.
Every male.
So this is
musician wants
Thames
to dance
season,
with her.
really. Thames season.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see Thames as another Alicia Keys for me. Very decent.
Okay.
All right. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. This one has to do with a Nollywood actor, Alexx Ekubo, who says he has logged out, checked out, signed out, blocked, repeated, delete, marker, spam, everything that is related to marriage. Now, if you recall, there was an incident a few months ago that was very dicey.
Very.
And it got very messy as well.
Yes.
With Alex and a previous fiance.
Cringe-worthy, yeah. Fancy Achalona. I don't know if I pronounced that surname very well. That's beautiful. I like the way that name sounds. That's on the side. But as in, I have to say, Alex, you're not the only one in this WhatsApp group. We are many that have checked out. We are many on this table.
Wow.
If you know, you know. Anyway, but basically, for him to say that, you can't blame him. As he was replying a fan that was jokingly saying that, don't worry, when I have money, I'll marry you. So he had to just put it out there in case anybody has any designs. Because you have seen Alex now. Alex is a beautiful boy. He's not handsome. He's beautiful.
He all right.
Oh, well, to me, he's beautiful. Staring at him is just, he's so easy on the eyes. Anyway, so there are of course, his fan base is must be. I'm going to speak confidently that I'm sure his fan base is mostly female because of how beautiful he looks. So I'm sure there are a lot of other women that have designs of have married him in their head. They've had children.
But for someone,
they have lived long. They've had a. So it was just his way of letting women out there know that
it's easier said than done.
But I want to say something though. But for someone that had a very messy breakup just a short while ago, very messy, where serious allegations were being thrown, did he need to actually respond publicly to that fan and put it out there, knowing that it could cause even further speculation about certain things?
That's why he did, because he knew it was going to cause certain speculation about things, and so he put it out there. I mean, any entertainer will be wise enough to do that, as in to put yourself.
But speculation that could potentially put him in harm's way, considering what the laws say. I don't want to talk to him.
He hasn't really said anything.
Yeah,
he didn't really say anything.
I know, but there was a lot of speculation.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation.
A lot. And then when you're facing all that, it's starting to die down. And then you put the thing out there saying, look, oh, I'm swearing off marriage. And people are going to say, is it because of this? I mean, I know entertainers and people in the limelight need publicity. But is there a point where bad publicity is actually bad?
Yeah, there is a part where bad publicity is actually bad. Yeah, there is. But for him, I think that really helps. I mean, because you have to bear in mind that his movie, the movie that he stars in, A Sunday Affair, just came out on Valentine's Day. So it's one way of reminding people that, yo, I'm here. I didn't even know he was in the movie until I watched it. Okay. And then I saw him, I was like, okay. Because the advertisement was mostly about centered around Nse and Dakore. So a lot of us forgot that there were other actors in until we watched them. We saw Uzo, Simpa, we saw Alex. So it's his way of letting people know, as in, reminding people that I still there, as in just go to Netflix. You've seen it here. So
for me, I just see it as a way of trying to, step back away from the sin of relationship. But then he said he has logged out. For everyone who uses email, there's something that's called remind me. Yeah, so it's very easy. By the time you want to log back in, your details are already there. All you just need to do is just sign in. But I don't think it's going to be away for a very long time. That's what I see. I don't think, because if you are in that industry, if you're not even interested, a lot of people will be interested in you. Just like the fan that said, if I have money, and that's not just that's just one person in millions. So he is always going to be in that space where a lot of people will be crushing on him, and people will be letting him know their intention. But just like you said, speculations. How is he going to clear the air on that for us to know that, okay, this is the real Alexx Ekubo outside the speculation.
Right. All right, I've got some messages coming through. Tayo says that's how everybody would be denouncing marriage till all the variables align again and they become an advocate. And he says, rest in peace to Richard Belzer. That's John Munch of Law and Order. Yes, he passed away a few days ago. And I was amazed that he was 78 years old. I just thought he was a skinny fella because I used to watch SVU a lot, but apparently he was quite older. So rest in peace. And Emeka says Alex should have just ignored. It was a random person making a random comment. He's just reinforcing that alternative narrative. Okay, so Alex is swearing off marriage, and then there's another Nollywood actress who's, well, sworn off her ex at least. We'll take that on the other side. Do stay with us. This is The Grapevine on Smooth 98.1.
John Munch.
Munch, yeah. Law and Order.
Which one of the
SVU.
characters? I'm trying to see.
The older white guy that looks very skinny.
John Munch, SVU. I'm trying to see what. Oh, he died a long time ago.
No,
she messaged me.
Okay, you killed him.
Sorry, the other have killed in my head. I don't know why. Unconsciously. Actually. Oh really?
Yeah.
He was way old. I
just thought he was very thin for some reason. I didn't know he was that old.
No, rest in peace. I didn't know. Okay. So
that thing, I'm swearing off my
I know I got that, but that speculation, if you're not saying it, that speculation has been around for a very long.
But now you're not reinforcing it after the fiance.
No, he's trying to put more, attention on him and more attention on his move. Yeah, God bless you. Exactly. That's what. Don't worry, we are aware. That's why we're whispering. They can't hear us. Can people hear us?
I hope not.
Tell us if you can hear us. If you heard what we said.
Oh my God.
We should change Afolabi's name to Professor Afolabi.
I know.
When he starts to talk, you sound like a professor.
Yeah, co-pro for anything. Maybe I'll start prophesying.
You're listening to The Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Zibby, Afolabi, and Jumoke with you this morning. And yes, let us know what your thoughts are. WhatsApp number 0809 4440981. You can also tweet at Smooth981. Catch the live stream on YouTube as well. Smooth981 on YouTube. Me-Day Brown says, is there someone that doesn't know Aye by Davido? Well, I'm sure there are a few people that don't know Aye by Davido. But yes, so let's talk about Nollywood actress Tonto DK. Now, Tonto DK has called out her ex-husband, and she says he's the worst thing that's ever happened to her. Now, they split in 2017, and they've always had these spats that have somehow spilled out onto social media with regards to their child. They share a son together. And yeah, so I think her ex-husband made a post wishing their son a happy birthday. Yes, and a friend of hers stepped in, who is a Nollywood actress that I've never seen in any movie or anything, but she stepped in, and then Tonto stepped in as well, and another actress stepped in. So it was like a melee, like a Royal Rumble.
Oh wow!
About the situation with Tonto and her ex-husband.
Because sorry.
So some people said, why does Tonto always bring things about her personal life to social media? And others say, well, if she's hurt and if her ex-husband is not taking any responsibility for the child, he shouldn't be able to put up posts on social media acting like, he's the loving father when he's barely even seen the son.
Oh, there are lots of loving fathers on social media. Audio loving fathers in Nigeria. Sorry, I'm calling you all out. That pretend like as they're on social media, they're amazing. But in real life, they've not seen that child since that child was born. So maybe they've only seen pictures of the child. They don't even know what the child's developmental challenges are, whatever. But she was replying because he said a number of things like the boy was the best thing that's ever happened to him. He also said that he missed him. Basically, he said lots of sweet things that you would expect a father that actually has a relationship with his son to say. So, of course, if I were Tonto, I would take offense that what rubbish, what nonsense. I probably would not go on social media and go in like she did. But she's hurt. And she's also, she has never liked pretense. especially when it comes from, or when it's coming from her ex-husband's camp. So her attacking was, I could understand it. I could understand why she attacked him, but why the other friends attacked, I don't understand that either. And yeah, I don't understand that. But I don't know. I just feel like, just because, yes, the man, because he has a son with his present current wife, and he always shows pictures of them as the loving family on social media every time, making it seem like he's the only son. So I would understand the pain that she has towards his behavior, as in towards his acting like as if he has had a relationship with him. We don't know what's really happened. We don't really know. Hold on. We don't really know whether he actually has, whether it's maybe he has tried to have a relationship with him and Tonto has blocked him. We don't know whether he has never tried at all. We don't know. There are a lot of things that we don't know, that social media gives us the impression that we know. So we don't really know the full story. So I don't know. But I'm not saying that her anger is not justified.
You've said my point, because yes, you've already said my point. But I was going to say, do you know if he is trying hard to get access to his son and is being blocked? Now, Tonto has every right to be angry looking at the way their marriage ended. He also has the right to be angry. In fact, both of them have their right to be angry, whichever way you want to look at it. But the point is, your ex-husband is celebrating your son's birthday. You were hurt. There are some things that you haven't said. There are some things you haven't expressed. There are other ways you could have actually expressed them rather than coming on social media to express these things. Remember, the internet never forgets. Now, when your son gets to a certain age, do you have an idea if these things are going to be affecting him in future? Because there are a lot of people who will come out, is this not your father and mother? Look at them. It's going to be embarrassing for the child when that child gets to that particular age. So there are some things that you don't have to do, not because you can't do them. You do them simply because it's beneficial to that child. All this rant back and forth, always calling out your ex-husband, at this point,
and ex-wife, because he responds as well.
Oh.
So it's not one way.
Okay. So at this stage, I feel this should have died down a long time ago. If both of them see or call themselves adults, fine, it's understandable that it hurts. No, everyone hurts, but time heals everything. But you have to do certain things simply because of your child, because mentally it will affect this child. Okay, let us leave it and say next year, if Churchill decides to wish the son happy birthday next year, or because of this he decides not to wish the son happy birthday again, then the son will come out, Mommy, you are the reason my daddy never wished me happy birthday again.
The son is 7 years old. He probably doesn't have access to social media, but putting up, and this is me being in the middle now, wishing your son a happy birthday on social media when they are not on social media. You're 7 years old. The only way that happy birthday would mean anything to them is if maybe you communicate with him directly or send a gift through the mom. Although the ex-husband is saying she threatened to burn any gift or anything that he sends. But this is what he is saying. It's a lot of he says and she says. So maybe social services need to step in.
At this point, yes, because you cannot deny this son access to his father.
And neither can the father not take up his responsibility.
Yes, he has to take his responsibility.
Because she says he's never paid fees, he's never done anything for the
child.
How
sure are we?
Well, it's also the same way that we're sure that she's restricting access. So it's
a lot of so many things we don't know.
There's so many things that we don't know.
That is true. But one thing that I have to agree, get it off the internet.
Yeah,
exactly.
True,
Just get it off the internet.
True.
All right. Let us know what your thoughts are. 0809. Please don't call. Send messages on WhatsApp. 0809 444 981. So how would you respond if you're walking around, going around your business? Jumoke, you're an actress, so you're probably in these glamorous scenes, and
yes, I am.
You are, yes, of course.
Oh my God.
And Afolabi and I just look from outside like, Jumoke is living the life. But anyways, so you're going around your business, and to both of you right now, I want responses. And if you're listening, and there are a lot of people around you, maybe some of your fans, people who admire the work you do, or just regular folk, and then someone touches your derriere. what would be your reaction?
Funny enough, that has actually happened to me before. I just remembered.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. So basically, it was an AMVCA that I attended in 2016 or 2017. And I don't know, because I've attended every AMVCA for the last, since it started. Okay, except for the first one.
Okay.
So I can't remember which one. But yeah, of course. So I go to the venue. I knew it was in Echo Hotel, and I go to the venue. I'm dressed nice to the nines and all that. I'm all, as in, I have my makeup did, I have my hair did, and I look fabulous. And I'm heading towards the red carpet, to the security at the beginning of the red carpet, so not just anyone can have access to the venue. And as I'm passing by, area boys, as in about my, somehow they gained entrance into Echo Hotel. I don't. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, somehow they, I don't know, one of them, not all of them, usually they don't gain access, but this particular one gained access, and he's like, "How, mama, anything for the boys?" And I'm like,
on the red carpet?
No,
like,
no,
okay,
I haven't
okay,
gotten. I was heading to.
Right.
I was walking to the entrance where I'll access the red carpet and all. And this uncle decides to grab my hand, and I'm like, "Excuse me," and then his hand somehow brushes against my non-existent derriere.
What?
Because no, don't worry, I have made peace with the fact that I don't have that. And I'm like, I was shocked at first, because, and I told her, and I was like, okay, what's to be that one now? Why did you do? I was trying to speak pretty English.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come out when I need it to. And he's like, mama, now drop something. I said, okay,
Wow.
come. No, let me drop something. I pinched. I used because I was wearing long nails. I grabbed it and I squeezed his palm, squeezed his.
Wow.
I scratched him. I made sure the scratch was deep, and I didn't slap him. So, that had never happened to me before. So
Yeah.
I was so shocked that it wasn't a reflex thing.
Yeah.
So but if anybody does this and does that now, my hand is going to turn, as I'm turning, my hand is also turning, and I'm going to make sure it makes contact with the cheek of the person.
5-finger tap.
Yes,
just with a little
finger
extra
tap. I don't care what gender you are, I will give you a 5-finger tap.
All right, Afolabi, has this ever happened to you?
Okay, it hasn't happened to me, but you have female friends, you play and all that, and females, you people, your hands are very fast.
No, I don't know what you're talking
about. Your hands are
my
very
hands
fast.
are very slow.
I put my hands where my eyes can see and where your eyes can see.
Me too.
Especially for a guy who is very funny like me. When we start gisting and talking and all that, you are all laughing and all that. I say something that is very funny. I even like, what are you saying? Bah, on the body. And
that's on the body, not on the
derriere.
No, I'm getting some.
Okay.
So that's where it starts from.
Okay, but has it happened to you?
Yes, it has.
Like in that sensitive region.
But in that sensitive region.
Wow.
Then I will say.
Okay, but that's a friend,
again,
right?
Yeah, but I will tell my friend, if you hit it again, I'll do mine.
Okay.
So it's 50-50. And they will look at me like,
all right.
So
the reason I asked this is Busta Rhymes, who's a rapper, phenomenal one, actor. He had an amazing time at the Grammys. Videos of Trevor rapping and doing his songs. It was brilliant. So he's leaving an event, and a woman. Now this is not a young girl. This is a mature woman. And this woman reaches out from behind and she grabs his derriere. And Busta Rhymes turns around immediately. He's holding a glass of something. Maybe water, maybe...
No, it's not water, don't worry.
I don't know what it was, but immediately he just gives her a shower. Like, let me cleanse you for touching me. So people said, why did Busta Rhymes do that? She's a woman. He embarrassed her. And others said, no, that's assault. You cannot go and grab someone in that way and expect nothing to happen.
Especially if the shoe was on the other foot. What if he grabbed, if it was him that grabbed down now a woman's ass? Sorry, a woman's derriere. My apologies. A woman's derriere. Whether it's by mistake or by chance or by happenstance, he will get
it
a
would
slap.
Be a problem.
And he's very tall. He's a big, tall guy.
Is.
If it means for her to jump up, do a high jump slap, she will give it to him.
It's not even about just high jump slap. You need to understand that society. There is one promo that we play here that says it's a woman's vote, isn't it? It's a woman's vote. So now imagine if it was the other way around. Trust me, the internet will not rest. And that particular act would have tarnished Busta Rhymes' career.
Yes.
Trust me. So now, with what happened, I can assure you that that is not going to be the end of that story. The woman can actually say she's going to sue him. Why would you pour me drink and all that? Because it's a woman.
Then he will countersue that you assaulted me. He has.
So
he
the
has,
woman has come out and she says she didn't mean to touch him, that she was trying to get his attention so they could take a picture. You couldn't call his name. Excuse me, sir, Mr. Busta Rhymes.
She actually was. She called his name. She called his name. Yes,
did?
I watched the video. I watched it countless times. Be sure that I saw what I saw. She called his name a number of times, and he was walking. He was walking through a crowded.
Yeah, there were a lot of
crowd.
people.
A lot of people calling his name. Obviously, her voice would have gotten lost in the melee. But she said she reached out. Yes, quite all right. But she did not reach out. As in, there's an angle that you reach out at when you're trying to touch a person's back.
Or could it be, Busta Rhymes is a tall guy. He's maybe 6'2" or something.
Exactly.
Could it be that was a mistake? Maybe she was going for his back.
It's
and
not a
because he's so
mistake.
tall, that's where her hands could reach.
It's not a mistake. Don't
Okay,
worry.
even I don't believe that.
I watched it to be sure that was the case. But it wasn't the case. She reached out and her hand, and she reached out low. Her angle of reaching out was lower than it should have been if she was trying to reach out to touch his back.
In fact, I think it was on dreads
back in the day.
Yeah, no.
No. He's
the body. I think the bodyguard.
He was on suit. You could have actually pulled the suit rather than grabbing it.
But even that one said.
See, pulling a suit, touching someone, these are things that we shouldn't really be doing.
No.
And Busta Rhymes he's been in the business forever, and he has strict rules. He doesn't hug female fans.
Oh.
Yes.
Just like Keanu Reeves.
Wise.
I like him.
Very wise.
Yes.
So from back then, he would say, I'm sorry, we can take pictures, but I'm married, so you can't hug me.
So the man knows, he knows, say, I can't trouble.
Any small thing.
All right, let's see what message we have coming through. Omobai says, Omobai, Tonto is hurting her ex-husband, is living a fabulous life, as opposed to the allegations that she claimed against him. How come his new wife isn't complaining yet? All right, Daisy says, grab me and I will grab you back. Done it several times. Leconte says, regarding Tonto's case, let's not be too hard to judge. There are many women in broken relationships who block their ex access to the children. Women see this as a way of punishment. The truth is, a child needs both parents. A woman can never teach a boy to be a man, neither can a man teach a girl how to be a woman. Well, some people have gone through life with having just one parent in their lives, and they've turned out amazingly. That's what I think, though. Xavier from Bagada says, as much as I agree with Tonto, I also agree with Afolabi. Tonto is hurt. Tonto has an amazing relationship with her dad. Yes, she does. We went to school together. So I get the vacuum that is created between the son and father, but she should turn to God for healing, okay? Jumi, I don't want peace, I want problems always. For the derriere, you can do regular squats and weight squats. It will expand your hips.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, so 30 seconds. Dick Van Dyke, 97 years old, appearing on The Masked Singer. 97 years old, he sings, he dances, and he was on a show that involves you wearing a massive costume. How did he do it?
I don't know. 97. This man is 3 years away from 100 years.
Yes.
Oh wow. I loved him in Maslock. I loved him in Diagnosis Mud. In fact, I loved him on television.
Mary Poppins.
I loved him in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. This man is part of my childhood and my mother's childhood. So for him to still be standing
and looking so good as well.
For people like me to do Masked Singer, I always wonder how people wear those masks. I'm sure it's hot underneath.
Very.
And you still have to sing, you have to dance.
He said it was pitch black in there. He couldn't see a thing. So he's 97 years old. He's blinded by this costume, and yet he still knows his way around the stage. Gets the music right. Gets the dance routine.
Do you fall
right.
off the stage? It's fascinating.
It's an experience.
Baba, lesser. That's all I'll say. As I hail.
All right, well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you, Jumoke. Thank you, Afolabi. And thank you for listening. You're listening to Smooth 98.1.